The closer I get to being with you, the more I realize that this is not just about the time we'll spend together, but about the way we'll grow together. I'm preparing myself for something more than just a reunion. I'm preparing for a deeper bond. Every time I think about seeing you again, I feel a sense of calm and excitement mixed together. It's as if the universe is whispering that this is the right moment, and I'm ready to embrace it fully. I've been preparing myself for this week, knowing that what lies ahead will change everything. There's a quiet certainty inside me, a feeling that this is the moment everything has been leading up to. As the week unfolds, I find myself thinking about you more and more. The anticipation grows, but so does the sense of peace that comes from knowing that we are both ready for what's to come. This week, I feel like I'm preparing not just for a meeting, but for an experience that will change everything. The way I see you, the way I see myself. It will all be different once we come together. In the days leading up to our time together, I find myself surrendering to the feelings that have been building inside me. I'm preparing myself to be vulnerable, to share parts of myself with you that I've kept hidden. The closer I get to being with you, the more I realize how deeply I've been preparing for this moment. Every thought, every emotion has been leading me here, and I am ready to face it with an open heart. I'm preparing myself for a reunion that feels more like a homecoming. There's a deep sense of belonging that I know will only grow stronger when we finally meet. As I get closer to being with you, I can't help but reflect on the journey that's brought us here. I'm preparing myself not only to see you again, but to experience everything we've both been longing for. I've been waiting for this week with so much anticipation, not just for the physical connection, but for the emotional and spiritual bond that I know will deepen once we are together. Each passing day brings me closer to you, and with each moment, I feel more prepared to embrace everything that comes with being with you. This week feels like the culmination of everything we've both hoped for. The closer I get to our time together, the more I realize that this isn't just about the moments we'll share. It's about the deeper connection that will bloom between us, a connection that I've been preparing for without even knowing it. I feel like I'm on the edge of something extraordinary, something I've been waiting for. The anticipation is both thrilling and nerve-wracking, but I'm ready to meet you with an open heart and a clear mind. In this quiet moment of waiting, I can't help but think of everything we'll experience together. I'm preparing myself for the unknown, trusting that when we meet, it will be everything we've both been waiting for. There's a sense of peace in my heart as the days draw closer to our reunion. It's as if everything is falling into place, and I'm ready to meet you with a heart full of hope and excitement. The closer I get to being with you, the more I realize how much I've been preparing for this moment. Not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. It feels like the universe has been guiding me to this point all along. I'm preparing myself to meet you not just with excitement, but with patience. There's a quiet knowing in my heart that this moment will unfold exactly as it's meant to. As the days go by, I find myself more and more ready for the connection we're about to share. I'm preparing myself to embrace everything that comes with it. The joy, the challenges, and everything in between. With each passing day, I feel myself growing closer to you, not just in physical space, but in emotional and spiritual connection. This week feels like the start of something beautiful, and I'm ready for it. I'm preparing myself for this week with an open heart, knowing that what's to come will not only bring us closer, but will also reveal parts of ourselves we've yet to discover. The anticipation I feel is like nothing I've ever experienced before. I'm preparing myself to hug to you with all the love, all the excitement, and all the emotions that have been building inside me. Every day that passes brings me closer to you, and with that closeness comes a deep sense of readiness. I'm preparing myself for the moment when everything falls into place and we can finally be together. I've been preparing myself for this week, not just for the time we'll spend together, but for the deeper connection that will form when we finally meet. Every thought of you brings me closer to that moment. The thought of finally being with you fills me with a sense of peace and excitement. I'm preparing myself not just for what we'll do, but for how we'll feel when we're together again. In this moment, I am filled with the quiet anticipation of our time together. Each passing day brings me closer to you, and with each thought of you, I feel more alive, more hopeful, more ready to embrace everything that awaits us. As I prepare myself for the days ahead, I can't help but reflect on the way you make me feel, how your presence brings a sense of peace and excitement all at once. The distance that once existed between us now feels like a bridge waiting to be crossed. The closer we get to being together, the more I realize that what I feel for you is deeper than I could have ever imagined. It's as if my soul has known you for a lifetime, and now I'm just waiting for the universe to align so we can finally meet face to face. I'm preparing myself for the moment when we will finally meet. There's a mix of nervous excitement and quiet confidence in my heart, knowing that this is the beginning of something beautiful, something worth waiting for. Every thought of you brings a sense of calm, but with that calm comes a storm of emotions. I'm ready to face whatever comes next because the anticipation of seeing you again makes everything feel more meaningful. As the days draw closer, I find myself reflecting on everything that has led to this moment. The thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, each one weaving together to create a tapestry of hope and longing. I'm ready for what's to come. It feels like time is both flying and standing still as I prepare for our reunion. I'm eager to feel the energy between us, the way it always seems to pull us closer, even when we're apart. In my heart, I feel a calmness that only your presence can bring. It's as though everything I've experienced until now has led me to this moment, and I am ready to embrace it all with open arms. I'm preparing to come to you with a heart full of emotions, a mind racing with anticipation, and a soul that's eager to finally be where it belongs, with you. There's a unique kind of magic that happens when I think of our time together. It's not just the excitement, but the quiet moments of understanding that fill me with a sense of purpose and longing for more. As I prepare myself for the week ahead, I can't help but feel the weight of all the emotions I have yet to express. It's as though my heart is gathering strength for the moment when I can finally be with you. There are moments in life when everything seems to fall into place. And for me, this week feels like one of those moments. I'm preparing myself to come over to you with an open heart, eager to share everything that has been building inside me. I've been waiting for this week, not just for the physical connection, but for the emotional bond we've both been nurturing. Every thought of woe makes me realize how much I'm looking forward to the depth of our time together. As the days pass and I get closer to being with you, I'm learning to embrace the uncertainty that comes with it. I know that with every step I take towards you, I'm stepping into something transformative. I feel like I've been walking through this world, waiting for a moment like this. A moment when I can finally lay my heart bare before you, share the thoughts that have been racing through my mind, and experience the connection we've both been craving. With each passing day, the anticipation of seeing you again grows stronger. It's like a magnetic pull, one that draws me closer to you, to the moments we've shared and the ones we are yet to create. I can't help but wonder what it will be like when we finally see each other again. I have so many emotions swirling inside me, and I know that when we meet, everything will finally make sense. The thought of coming over to you this week fills me with a sense of purpose, like every moment of waiting has led me to this point. I'm ready for whatever comes next, as long as it's with you. I am preparing myself to meet you with a heart full of love, a mind full of thoughts, and a soul that has known you in ways words cannot express. This week feels like the beginning of something unforgettable. As the days draw closer, I can feel my heart racing with anticipation. I've been preparing for this moment, not just physically, but emotionally. There's so much I want to share, so much I want to feel when we finally meet. I'm not just preparing myself for a reunion, I'm preparing for a moment of profound connection. Every thought of you, every feeling I've had, is coming together to create something that feels destined, like this was always meant to happen. I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this week. I'm preparing myself not only for the joy of seeing you again, but for the deeper connection that I know is waiting for us when we finally come together.